So yeah, this is my top 10 list of sets that I want LEGO to remake for the 10-year anniversary. And remember, this is not a list where the sets that I think LEGO will make, even though in the video I will state facts on why they're not going to make it probably. But this is a list of the stuff that I want. And remember, all artwork in this video is credited to Sensei Philip Potter because he made this for me. And I wasn't originally planning on making this video, but then he sent me a custom design of these, and I was like, I could use this for a video idea that I've been wanting to do since like last year, I guess, even though I didn't upload last year. You know what I mean. So yeah, this is the top 10 sets that I think LEGO should remake for the 10-year anniversary of Ninjago. So with that, let's Ninja go! In the number 10 spot, we have Chen's boat. Well, it's called Battle Line Chen's Ferry, made by, obviously, Philip Studios Potter. Well, Sensei Philip Potter, sorry. Why do I think this should be a 10-year anniversary set? Well, this did have a major part in Season 4. This is what they traveled to, take to Chen's Island, and this is where the scene where we met Skylar and most of the Elemental Masters. But why do I think this will not? Why is it on just 10 spot? Well, I don't think they will make this, as not many people would actually want a Chen's boat. I think I'm the only person and some other people, like Craft Studios, who actually want this. But it had a major part in Season 4. Even though I did not like Season 4, I did like the boat. And they did have a similar looking design in Possession. So either they can make this one or the Possession one. If they do make this, I'll probably make the Chance Free one. And in this set, if it would ever happen, it would include the OG Kai suit, as we did see that. DXCO, we also did see that. Karloff, Sensei Garmadon, Skylar, and Klaus. So it would include the OG Skylar, not the Hands of Time Skylar. So yeah. But yeah, so I guess, this is the number 10 spot. And if this set were ever happen, it would probably be around $40. It'll have like 331 pieces. And it will be ages 7 up. And it would have the 10-year anniversary sticker on it, and it would have the box art in the corner from Legacy, which shows the scene from Season 4. Obviously it has the portal. So yeah, that is on our number 10 spot. And for number 9, we have the blacksmith shop. And just like Chen's boat, I think this is unlikely, as for the 10-year anniversary, LEGO will most likely, I'm not saying it will because I don't know if it'll make it or not, but they will most likely make a collectible minifig series for the 10-year anniversary of Ninjago. Now, don't quote me on this, but it probably could happen, as many people, including me, in the Ninjago community want a collectible minifig series. So LEGO will most likely make it, just like they did the 501st Battle Pack. But don't quote me on that, because if it does not happen, you can't attack, because I know people are going to attack me, but they will most likely make it, and if it doesn't, well, that's a whammy for us. But yeah, so in this set, it would include Blacksmith Kai with the Ninjago movie head and hair. Or we have a casual Nia, just like from Garmadon's Dark Fortress, the Fire Temple, and her spinner, but it'll have Ninjago movie Nia's head and hair. We have a Legacy Wu, a Legacy Samu Kai, which would have the Legacy Skulk torso and legs as much as I want them to use the old one, they'll probably make a new one. That is, if they make a Legacy Samu Kai, which will most likely not happen, sadly. And just random 2 Skulkin. Actually, no. It has to come with Knuckle and Cruncher, as they did find the map for the gold weapons of this. So most likely it'll be Knuckle and Cruncher. That is if they will add them. Most likely they will. But this set will have 699 pieces, and it is ages 8+. And it will have the 10th year anniversary logo. And it will have the artwork from the Legacy Pilot Season artwork, I guess you could say that. Like the mural for the Pilot Season. Now, obviously, I said it will most likely not happen if they do make a collectible minifig series. Sorry for the background noise. It's because they most likely will add Blacksmith Kai to that. And don't quote me on this, but for collectible minifig series, they don't usually put those figures in sets. Like for like Harry Potter, I know they would reuse like a torso or like legs or like a head, but not a full blown minifigure. But that's for licensed teams, I guess. But I don't look too much into like the Lego licensed team, like Ninjago or Next to the Knights, or Monkey Kid. But yeah, so if that does happen, most likely Blacksmith Kai would come in that set, and most likely this set would not happen. And I think they might add Legacy Samukai, to that set, but I don't really know. So if the collectible minifig series does happen and they don't include those two figures, then most likely this set will come out. But other than that, this set would be around $70 to $80. So yeah, this is number 9 spot, and obviously this will most likely not happen. Sadly it is to say. For number 8, obviously just like the last two, but this will most likely be unlikely. Not for the collectible minifig reason, but as this is a newer season, as this did not come out like 5, 6, 7 years ago. This came out quite fairly recently, 3 years to be exact. I think. Don't quote me that. I don't know how to do time or years or something. But this is Dragon's Forge. And this will most likely not happen, not because the collectible minifig series, but it will most likely not happen because we already did have a blacksmith shop, as if they do make that set from before. This probably not happen, as it is also a blacksmith shop, but it is also Dragon's Forge, but it is mostly a blacksmith shop. But if this does happen, the figures that will be included are most likely like a Legacy Kai, a Legacy Mia. I don't know. It's whatever the Lego designers want. If they make a new figure, they can make a new figure. I really like the suits that Philip made. It's really good. And either the set would either have Crux or Chronix. I can't tell who that is, but it's either going to be Crux or Chronix. Chronix, sorry. And the set would obviously come with Ray and Maya, as they did come in the original set. And yes, this has an important part in the season. You probably have already seen the season by now. So yeah, they are alive. And this set would have 897 pieces, ages 9+, and it would cost around $80, $90, $100. The highest I'm gonna go is $100. Yeah. Now the 10-year anniversary seal, and it would have the Hands of Time mural from Legacy, and it'll have the Legacy logo. Now this is unlikely, as obviously I said, because they'll have to make new designs, and we already have a blacksmith, and this is a fairly recent season. But, I mean, you never know. Like, this is a 10-year anniversary, so they can choose anything from all 10 seasons. 10? Did I say 10? Yeah, but they will most likely not do anything from Season 13, Prime Empire, or, so from Legacy to Season 13, they will not, don't quote me this, but they probably won't make any sets, as those are fairly recent seasons, 2019, 2018. 2019, 2020, I said 2018. Well, at least I catch my mistakes. Okay, sorry. But you never know, they could make the season. They could make these sets. So, I would be very happy if they do make the set, as I did have the original Dragon's Forge, but that's taken apart. So yeah, I hope this happens, but I think most likely it will not. Even though if it's sad, it actually saddens me that it won't happen. So yeah, that is our number 8 spot. For the number 7 spot here, we have the Fire Temple. And yes, in the first Legacy wave in 2019, they originally were supposed to make the Fire Temple, but they ultimately changed it to the monastery. And here's also another fun fact I learned from Spitbricks, I guess, and Philip. They were originally in 2011 going to make a bigger Fire Temple, but they ultimately decided to make a smaller temple. I don't know why. I just heard that from Philip, and I guess Spitbricks, even though I don't remember most of it. But if this set does happen, then it would come with Legacy Kai, like the regular Legacy Kai, regular Legacy J, regular Legacy Cole, regular Legacy Zane, Legacy Sam Kai. It would have like the regular Legacy Garmadon without the upper torso from the Juniors Kai's Fire Dragon, but they could also make the one where just all black. Now we have Legacy Wu, and we have the same Nia from the Blacksmith Shop, which is the original Nia torso and legs with the new Ninjago movie head and hairpiece. So why this set will ultimately not happen? I know why I'm saying these won't happen, even though after 5, I believe most of them will happen. Why this won't happen, as this was canceled, and it was canceled. I have no idea why it was canceled, but if they cancel it, they most likely will not make it again. Well, I say most likely, but they could make it again. You never know. Lego pulls off stuff. Just give me a few moments and I'll think what they do. But yeah. So I think this will happen. I want this to happen, and I think it will happen. Because we all want an upgrade. Like, we need a new Kai's Fire Dragon. And I'm not talking about the Juniors one. That one is trash, man. Don't even get me started on the Skybound one. And you can't even say the Hints of Time counts, because he's sharing one with Nia. So, the last time we ever did get a Kai's Fire Dragon was 2011. Don't quote me on that. I don't know my Ninjago lore sets. I have to look in my books again. But yeah, the last time we officially got a Kai's Fire Dragon was in 2011. So yeah, we need a new Kai's Fire Dragon. And the Fire Temple is the best way to get it, as that's how we originally got a Kai's Fire Dragon. And it would make sense if you put Kai's Fire Dragon here, as it is the scene where we did first meet the Fire Dragon and the sets. But most likely, it will happen. Hopefully it does. And this set would have 1,986 pieces. Would cost around 150, 160, 100. I'm going with $150 to $200. That's the highest I'm gonna go, but it will most likely not go up to 200, because it will most likely not beat Ninjago City. So I think it's gonna be $150, or it could be less, like 130, like the land bounty. But yeah. So that's the number 7 spot. For the number 6 spot, we have the Garmatron. And the Garmatron will most likely happen, hopefully. I'm not gonna say it was a popular set back then, but it was a really good set. And they haven't made any Stone Warrior vehicles, and I think this is our second season. No. I think this would be the 3rd season 2 set. Don't quote me on that. Just don't, because I don't really know. I need to look at the set skin. But this set would come with Legacy Lloyd, Misako, Dr. Julian, shout out to Bricks by Mind, and the Possessed Garbodon. Now, why I think this set would happen is because it's a really good vehicle, and I think they could upgrade it from the 2013 version. And if they did, that would be really epic. Because in the show, it was epic, and if the sets actually made it good, yeah. And why we need Misako? Well, she only came in one set, the Temple of Jujutsu. We need a remake of her. And why they're gonna add Legacy Lloyd? Well, they're not gonna remake a kimono suit. At least I don't think so. And I don't think they're gonna add Dr. Julian, to be honest, because if they do make the collectible minifig series, he will be in it. So they probably won't add Dr. Julian here. And why I'm adding Possessed Garmadon? Well, I mean, we do need a remake of him, and we need a better remake of him. Now, this set would have 589 pieces, ages 8+, and it would be around $60. So, 60 or 70. So, and it would have the 10-year anniversary box art, and it will have the season 2 mural. So yeah, that is the number 6 spot. And for the number 5 spot, we have the X1 Ninja Charger. And in this set, it would include Legacy 2 Kai, the Overlord, and the new Legacy Nindroid. But most likely, they won't add the Overlord, as they did add him into the Thunder Raider, but you never know. They added him to the Thunder Raider, even if he wasn't in the scene with the Thunder Raider. But if they didn't add the Overlord, it will most likely be another Nindroid to stay true to the original set. This set would have 554 pieces and cost between $55 to $60, and it would be ages 8+, and it would have the 10-year anniversary sticker with the mural of season 3 from Legacy. So this is what I want I want this for a 10-year anniversary. Is we are getting Ninjago sets, like rebooted sets, so it would make sense if they do make this, as they already made Kai's fighter and they're starting to make the rebooted vehicles. All we need is the Shuricopter, which is popping up later in this list. So it would make sense if they put like the X1 Ninja Charger. So yeah, this is the number 5 spot. And for the number 4 spot, we have Cole's Rock Raider. And I know the box art is weird, and no, so when me and Philip were making these, well, Philip made them, but I didn't tell him that it was a 2012 one from the Serpentine Wave. He thought it was a Dave Departed version, which, fun fact, I believe the Cole's Rock Road from Dave Departed is little, I think it was most likely a spin-off of the Cole's Rock Raider. Hopefully it was, because they do look very similar. So yeah. So obviously, if this was a spin-off set, it would not have Yang, or the Ghost Student, I guess. It would come with Legacy Cole, and it would come with one of the Legacy Serpentine. It would probably be either Spitta or Lasha, most likely Lasha, sorry, Spit Bricks. And hopefully, if they do the set, if they do the set, hopefully they make a Legacy Scales, because it's not far-fetched, as they did make a Legacy Pythor, and it would really be nice to get an update of Scales and all the other Serpentine generals. Most likely they won't, but hopefully at least make them a Legacy Scales, as it did come in the original set. And as for the box art, it would have the Cole's Rock Raider, it would have the 10-year anniversary, and in the corner, instead of having the Skybound mural, it would have the Season 2 Serpentine mural. So yeah, that is the number 4th spot. For the number 3rd spot, we have Zane's Shuricopter, or Ninja Copter, as Philip put. But obviously this has to be a 10-year anniversary, or at least a Legacy 5, because I believe the 10-year anniversary is Legacy 4. But yeah, this has to be one of the sets, as we did get all of the rebooted vehicles: Kai's Fighter, Thunder, Raider, Cole's Mech. And I think all we would need is the X1 Ninja Charger, this vehicle, and Lloyd's bike. But the reason why I put this higher, as we don't really need an X1 Ninja Charger, we just need a Zane vehicle, because the only Legacy Zane vehicle that we have right now is Zane's Snowmobile. Yeah, so we need a Shuricopter, as this was Zane's main vehicle in Season 3, and it was his season. So why is a Shuricopter not made yet? I don't know why, but this set would include the new Legacy 2 Zane, a Cyrus Borg, the regular version, not the robotic evil version. It would come with a Legacy Nindroid and a Legacy Cryptor. And for the box, it would have the 10-year anniversary sticker, and in the top, it's the Season 3 mural from Legacy. So yeah, that is the number 3rd spot. And for the number 2 spot here, we have Borg Tower, or Borg Industries. Now this, you may think this would be number 1, but I have another set in mind for number 1. But yeah, this set, I believe, you might not think number 1 should be made, really, but if you don't count that, then Borg Tower needs to be made. One reason is, this is the main building we see after Season 3. This was the main part of Season 3. This is where the Overlord returned, where he showed up. This is where the final battle for Season 9 held, on top of Borg Tower. It was destroyed, but then it was remade. And believe it or not, Borg Tower is really important, as that's how the ninja got into Prime Empire. Well, 4 out of the 6 ninja went, because Zane couldn't go and Jay went for the one in the mechanics base or whatever. So yeah, this would be most likely, this would be as much as Ninjago City. So this is not classified as a UCS set like Star Wars or like Harry Potter, sorry. But this would be a really cool set, and it would come with Legacy 2 Kai, Legacy 2 Lloyd, Legacy 2 Jay, Legacy 2 Cole, and Philip didn't add it, but probably a Legacy 2 Zane. It would come with General Cryptor. It would come with a new version of White Pythor. It would come with Evil Techno Woo, and it would come with the new Legacy Pixel. Now, the reason why we didn't add Cyrus Borg to this is, I didn't mention in the Shuricopter because I forgot, but here, we would make this a 2-parter set. The Shuricopter would have some, like, little small connection build that would connect to Borg Tower, and that's why we didn't include Cyrus Borg here, because it would be like a 2-parter set. Like, there's a piece in the Shurikopter that would connect to Borg Tower. So yeah, also another reason why probably Philip didn't add like Legacy 2 Zane, as obviously it's a two-parter set. So obviously the Shurikopter will come with Legacy 2 Zane, and then you two, yeah, you can just have the full-blown stuff. So yeah, but Lego will most likely add Legacy 2 Zane to this, and probably a set of Borg, but we made it a two-parter set. So yeah, it would have 3,785 pieces around. Like it would be around $300 to $400, just like Ninjago City, but this would be a more desirable set, and it would be ages 12 plus. Well, technically it should be ages 16 plus. Whatever age the Ninjago City was. I'm gonna ask Philip if he can change that, and it would have the 10-year anniversary sticker, and it would have the season 3 mural again. Now this set, obviously I said it would be made, so that is the number 2 spot. And for the number 1 spot, we have the Kai's Fire Mech. Not the Ninjago movie one, because that thing, I hated it so much. I just never liked the Ninjago movie, sadly, but I am okay with the designs of the show. Now, at least, I hated the designs back then. But here, this set has a lot of bias in it. Obviously, as I said, most people would put Borg Tower as number 1, but for me, this was my first Ninjago set that came with kindness, so this is a lot of bias in it. So, yeah, this set would have, sorry, voice crack there, 221 pieces, ages 7 and up. This will most likely be like a $30 to $40 set. Like, the original was like around $10, so yeah. And this set would come with, obviously, Kai, because it's Fire Mech. If Kai wasn't in it, then there would be a serious problem, and Lego needs a little talking to. JK. This set would have Legacy 2 Kai, Legacy Golden Lloyd, sorry, and it would come with Legacy General Kozu. And why did we add Legacy Golden Lloyd? We can't have too much of Legacy Golden Lloyd, because Legacy Golden Lloyd is a really good minifigure, and they added to Lloyd's Golden Mech even if Lloyd wasn't the Gold Ninja during that time. It's really hard to explain, but yeah. And why did we add General Kozu? Well, it just fits, to be honest. For me and Philip, Lego will probably not add General Kozu. They'll probably add like a random stone warrior. But you could never have too much of General Kozu. And General Kozu was a really good minifig in the Golden Mech from Legacy 2. So here you can get like a cheaper option instead of spending $40, and you can spend that on the Kai Fighter. Yeah, you can see how much bias I have in Kai, and so yeah. But most likely they won't add Legacy 2 Kai to the set, mostly because this was before Rebooted and tournaments, and the tournament suits, Legacy 2 suits were based off the Rebooted suits and tournament suits, so you most likely won't add it to the set. But the Kai that they will add to the set is Legacy Kai. So this is a more accurate version of what Lego would do. They would put the Legacy Kai instead of Legacy 2 Kai, which saddens me, as the sets that we made him, he only comes in the bigger sets, so we would have wanted a cheaper way to get him, but I guess Legacy Kai is fine, even though I hate that figure to death, because it's just so repetitive. I know Kai was the main, no, he wasn't the main Ninja Legacy, but it did focus around him, and he in the most sets, but I am happy about that, and I guess I wouldn't mind having a Legacy Kai, even though I am getting the Kai Fighter soon, hopefully. So yeah, sadly, it would come with Legacy Kai, as this is most likely what Lego would do. So, it saddens me to say it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, as I said, number 1 does have a lot of bias in it, as this was my first Ninjago set that came with Kai. And I specifically remember getting it at the Lego store. My dad was like, pick out any Lego set you want. I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna take the Kai Fire Mech because it's red, and back then my favorite color was red, and it still is. So yeah, that was number 1. And it has a lot of bias in it, but as I said before, this set would have the 10-year anniversary logo on it, and the mural would be the Season 2 Final Battle mural. So yeah, that was my number 1 spot. You don't have to agree with me if you don't want to. So yeah, this is the top 10 list that should be made for the 10-year anniversary, but this is what I think. This is not the list whether or not Lego will make it, even though I did state fact if they were going to make it or not. But yeah, so you don't have to agree with me on this list, as number one, it's a lot of bias, as you know. But yeah, this was my top 10 list, and you guys out there watching this video, write down in the comments below what top 10 sets you want Ninjago to remake for the 10-year anniversary. What sets you want them to make? It could be remakes, it could be new, improved, or something like remakes, or it could be something completely new that we haven't seen, like Borg Tower, or like we did technically see a blacksmith shop, or like Chen's Ferry. So yeah, with that, like, comment, subscribe. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, I can't say it, but have a great rest of your day. And with that, peace out, homies, and I bid you farewell.